Hi guys, and welcome back to Leslie Through the Looking Glass. For those that of you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. For my returning viewers, as always, thank you so much for coming back and continuing to support my channel. Alright guys, we are back with another Mental Health Monday video. I'm super excited to kind of share my last few days with you guys because I think it's something that a lot of people will be able to relate to. So this past week was my husband and I's anniversary, and he surprised me with planning a day to a theme park that is near us. He did give me a couple days notice and gave me some chances to guess because he was being really considerate of my anxiety and didn't want to spring something on me the morning of and me be, really anxious or not comfortable going, which is awesome and was just really meant a lot to me that he was being so supportive and thought ahead like that. So that day, it was on Thursday, we went to the theme park. It was Six Flags Great America, which is in Gurnee, Illinois. It's about an hour and a half drive for us. And we've both been there previously, but just never together. And we both love roller coasters, or used to. Both of us hadn't been there in a good, I think it was 7 years or so for me, and even longer for him. So we were both a little anxious going in, just, are we still gonna like the thrill rides? Are they gonna be too rough on our old bodies? That kind of thing. And I was doing great until we got there. And we got in line for our first ride, and I was panicking, you guys. My anxiety, flight or fight, just took right over. I felt like I was gonna be sick. I was thinking of all the worst case scenarios, all of the things. And I love thrill rides. I am an adrenaline person. I always have been. I'm competitive. I like the thrills. It's just always been my nature. And that's been one of the hardest things for me, dealing with all of this anxiety. Is it like affecting things that are like so much of my personality, and so many things that always were like how I just was. So I had read an article about how anxiety doesn't take away your enjoyment of those things. It just, you just have to get through it. You still enjoy the things. Anxiety just makes your thoughts go to the negative spot. So the whole time we were waiting in line, luckily there were pretty short lines. We didn't wait more than 20 or 30 minutes for 85% of the rides, but you had to wear masks. It's still mask mandated there, and the whole time I was like, what if I do get sick and I have a mask on? What if the roller coaster breaks when we're upside down? What if something happens and the cars fly off the track? All of the things. Anybody with anxiety knows you go straight to worst case scenario. Like, that's just what you do. You can't help it. You can usually talk yourself back if you work your skills and your tools, but that's just what you do. So I was going through all of those. I was super quiet in the first line, got on the ride. Of course, it was super fun, went well. And then the second ride was very similar. It was a ride we had never been on before, and it was a very different roller coaster. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but the cars were to either side of the main track, and they were like free rolling seats. So every time that you rode, you could flip and spin, but you didn't know how it's going to work or why. Like, you weren't following a track and doing loops. It was just sometimes your weight would shift when you were going down this and you'd roll or whatever. So it was very unpredictable, and I was very anxious going into that one. And then after that, I had the best day. It was so fun. I was able to use the first two rides as part of my coping mechanisms to calm myself down and be like, see, you had a great time. Everything's fine. Everything's fun. All of that. So we ended up having a really great day. And so I do, think that having those couple days to prepare myself, my husband had asked me to request that day off work for a week and a half prior. So I was already working on making peace with the fact that I was going to be surprised and not know what we were doing. So I think that I would have been okay either way, but having that day or two to really mentally prepare myself and get on track and you know what I mean, pack in my bag what I needed, or taking the car some backup stuff because I knew what we were doing for the day. Really helped keep my anxiety to the minimum as much as could be expected. And like I said, I don't think for the most part my anxiety was super transparent either. I tend to just get really quiet. And so that first line we waited in, I didn't talk much. And then after that, as the day went on, things got to be a lot more comfortable. So that was like the biggest thing. In general, my anxiety has been okay. We've had some life stress going on in the last week or so, but again, I've been able, it's not stuff that really like pushed my day out of whack, and I've been able to maintain a pretty like good mental health status, and I'm proud of myself for that. But it changes every day. I can have a really good few days and then feel just like 1,000 steps back. And that's just the nature of the beast. And I think it's important that I know I mention it probably every single video that there's ups and downs, and it's okay that it feels like it's, 2 steps forward, 5,000 steps back, whatever the case may be that day. Because it's just part of your journey. It's part of learning to better control yourself in the next situation that's similar. So, I've been working really hard on keeping positive, doing what I can. And like I said, I still have setbacks. I still cry. I still have my really bad days. But we're getting there. We're getting kind of back out of that really low valley I was in for a while and trying to work our way back up. And the only other thing, that's been kind of interesting to see how my anxiety has played out is with COVID restrictions lifting and everything like that. I am fully vaccinated. I have been now for, I think, about a month, 3 weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm in like the full coverage. I'm out of like that 2-week grace period afterwards where you're still not fully covered by the vaccine. For me, just in case anybody wants to know, like my vaccines were great. I did not have any issues whatsoever. I got the Pfizer vaccine, 2 doses, no issues, other than a really sore arm after the second for about 6 hours the day I got it. And that was it. I did not have any like side effects, sickness, anything like that. And a lot of places around us, the state lifted all of their mask mandates and stuff like that. So a lot of places have signs up saying, please wear a mask if you're not fully vaccinated. And that is a little worry. It scares me. I am vaccinated. I'm protected the best I can. I do tend to still wear my mask places because I'm just not quite there yet. I kind of want to see once things are opening up how it goes. Outdoor places, when we went and got flowers and stuff, for the most part when we were outside, I did not wear a mask, but I'm still being pretty cautious going indoors. And I'm just trying to do my part. I know everybody has their own opinions about it, and that's fine. I don't expect anybody else to understand my feelings about it, but I just get worried with having our daughter, stuff like that, who's way too young for vaccines. I like to be cautious. Thank you, anxiety. But I also don't think there's anything wrong with it. Me wearing a mask doesn't affect anybody else. It's a personal choice. So I just am going to do what gives me my level of comfort, and that's all I can do. And that's, and it's been okay. It's just weird because we've been wearing a mask for so long too. Like it's just weird to see people without. But yeah, that's really the only 2 things that have been any sort of thing on my radar. And for the most part, those are pretty minor things. Like I said, now that my family, like my parents and my in-laws and myself are vaccinated, I do not have as much of a concern. Like I said, there is still some because I know I can still get sick. Our daughter is young, so even though kids typically aren't affected, it doesn't mean they can't. So that also gives me just that hint of anxiety with her. But, it's also important that we live life and make memories and do all the things too. So it's just walking that fine line and pushing aside the anxiety in situations where I'm comfortable pushing it to the side for now. So I don't know if that, how do you guys feel about that? I'm curious, especially if anxiety is something you guys struggle with as well. I'd love to see down in the comments below how you feel about everything starting to lighten up, and if you feel it's pretty safe, and how you deal with your anxiety if you are worried about it. But yeah, otherwise, guys, I think life's going okay. And that's really all I can ask for anymore. We finally got some nice weather. That always helps brighten some moods. We've been playing outside a lot. It's good to put a smile on your face, get some vitamin D, get fresh air, all that good stuff. That's really all I have today, guys. Just not too much, but I just thought it was funny how anxiety played into the roller coasters, because I know a lot of people just get like a feeling of anxiousness before, a thrill ride or something. But I was having like full-fledged panic attack almost for those first two. I am going to attempt to add on a clip of a couple of the rides that we went on at the end of this, so you can just see some of the stuff that we did that day, because I think that will be fun. And I want to touch base on what I have coming up the rest of the week. Wednesday, I will be posting another Small Shop Wednesday segment, this time featuring Megan's Mini Shop, and that video will have some details for a small giveaway that I'm going to be doing. So you'll want to keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and hit the bell notification. That will alert you when my video goes up on Wednesday morning. And I'll be leaving that open for probably a week or 10 days. I'm not exactly sure when I'll close it. And there will be a way to get a bonus entry on Instagram. So if you do not already follow me on Instagram, go ahead and get yourself over there. It's Leslie through the Looking Glass with underscores in between each. I will link it down below for you, because there will be a way to get a bonus entry if you are interested. And then on Saturday, I will have a very special Magic Mail unboxing. Myself and Rebecca from Dole Whip a Day have teamed up and sent each other Magic Mail as like a final closeout to Mental Health Month, since both of our channels revolve around mental health and Disney. So that's going to be super fun, and I cannot wait to see her reaction to my box and to get our box. So you guys will see that on Saturday. All right, guys, I hope you all have a great week. Try to start it out with a big smile and a positive attitude, and we'll get through it. And here are those clips from Great America. Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Still rocking.